Want to get some stuff hung up here. A couple of these guys hung before we get started. So I'm missing one piece of equipment that I need. Just realized. Where is it? Where it be? Oh, we gotta find it, guys. Might be in my office. Might be in my office. Let's go check it out. Let's go see if I can find it in my office first. Before this, we're just working on the co-working space here, and I want to make sure we get this part done. I think it's in my office. Did I see it here? I did. Okay. Talk about why I need this in a second. This little guy. So we today are hanging some posters. Not posters. We're hanging these guys right here. And then I got another little picture I want to put up. But there's some math I've got to do first. Get these all set up and make sure that they're where I want them. Okay, so first things first. For those that haven't really been on the stream before, don't know what's going on here. Let me get me actually in the picture here. Here we go. Now you guys can see me. Here I am. I own a co-working space that's 15 feet, 4 inches. And we're really just setting it up at this point. Like, that's what's happening. I've got some customers in here, clients, but we're just finishing off the last bits here. This is my, we're in my conference room. I just want to have some, a little art on here. This is the co-working space that I've set up here in Michigan, Mason County Co-works. And then this spot, this one right here, this is with the company that I get my Pinnacle Business Guides. I know it's backwards for y'all, but just imagine it's the right side up. That's the company that I get my business coaching tools from. So anyways, today we're going to be placing these pictures up on the wall here. I just want to come hang out with y'all for a little bit early in the morning here. First thing, depending on where you're at, obviously. I had planned on doing a video today about some of my, as far as I've got a greenhouse, got to get some insulation put in my greenhouse, but I think it's going to be really crap weather today. It looks like on their old radar, but I have work to do in here today. I got a ton of work in the actual office I got to do, so we're going to be working on that here. But before I get into that, that's why we're going live, is so I can get this stuff squared away. Now I already have some of this stuff up. Right, I already got these pictures up. It's nice little, a little bit of art in the back here. What I want to do, and this is the goal today, is we got those guys. Those are centered. They're leveled. They're what they're supposed to be at. I want to take that and make sure that we can have these two centered on the, equally spaced. It's a better phrase for that. But also ensure that they are the same distance down here, right? Because if they're off, it's just going to look funky, right? So that's kind of what we're doing today. So we just want to get some measurements. So this is a 15-foot wall from the top. These are 16. So we got 15 and 16. Those are the two numbers we're really working with here. And yeah, from there, we're just going to kind of math this out a little bit. On the back here, I've got, for the hangers, got hanger here, hanger here. We're just going to split the difference in how far apart these are, and these are 20. So they're 20 inches apart. So to hang these, right, have these separate up, and now it doesn't really matter where they're at. I just want to make sure that they're the same distance apart. But preferably, when you're hanging this type of, that middle one, I know every time I hit the door, it's off. Like I'm saying, it's settled. It's off by a little bit. I can adjust it. This one down. Like, it's not this one. It's this one that's off by a little bit. I know. Yeah. So, yeah, trust me, there's little bits here and there that I know. And I'm definitely not a professional at this. It's just my spot. Okay, so what we want to have here is that they're the same distance down, and the goal is to have these to split the wall into 5 sections is kind of what I want to do. Is to where it's so it's 15, so I want 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. And each one of these is going to absorb a 3. Hey, Scott. And you never guess how big I got these pictures. They're 3 foot. So that I did that one on purpose because I knew how long this was. So I've got basically a 3 foot section, and then in the sections 1, 2, and 4, we're gonna have these up 16 inches down. That's the theory. Now how close I get to that, we'll see. Again, I'm definitely not a professional at this. So hopefully everybody's having a good day today. It's minus the weather here, it's just been kind of meh, but we're in that time of year here in Michigan where it's just cloudy all the time. So there's no sunshine, no nothing. But that makes for a really good time to get some work done inside the properties and everything. So I need one more piece of equipment here. We'll be all set. Right here. That's my marker. My handy dandy marker here. So it's hot here in Africa. What part? Africa's kind of big. What part of Africa? Oh yeah. So I already have my coffee. We're on to mint tea. Keep things nice and fresh. Let's get that closed off. So let's find 3 feet for my first mark. Let's get 16, which is right there. Amazing. Wow, that was amazingly enough. So that's the top on the first piece. And so there's my first bit. This guy would be here. Here, next one. Okay, yep, those are right about there. So we're gonna we're gonna do 3 feet and 1 inch. So the mark is kind of inside. I'm not worried about this being like super perfection. We want it kind of hidden behind the, all right, there's 1 inch. And then there's 1 inch, 1 foot, 4 inches, which in Ryan, let's get it roughly there, give or take. We'll tighten this up in a second. So the next spot is we're gonna find 6 feet. Wet rainy season. Oh yeah. So you guys are getting the monsoonal flow is switched, right? You guys get that low pressure system that sets up over there and kicks things over, right? If I remember my National Geographic stuff correctly. So there's 4 foot. Here's 6 foot. This will be on the outside, so we want this to be right at 6 foot here, give or take. This is just kind of give me an eyeball to start. So there's 6 foot right there. And we're gonna level this off once we get a little closer. This is just eyeball purposes. That's right. All right. Look at me. All right. Mr. Schoner, my geography teacher in high school, will be so very proud right now. So that's going to be right about there. Yeah. I think that's going to be all right. I'm going to double check that measurement from the top here. Boop. Yep. So it'll be the top. It'll be that. Cool. So get that first one there. I'm out. Hey, good talking with you. Take care. We'll see you. Yeah, again, for those that don't know, on this program, I don't, on this channel, I do a lot of weird stuff here. Not weird. It's a mix. I'm a business coach, so you'll see a lot of my business videos are out on the ether if you go to my channel, which is why I have this this co-working space. I want to make sure there's a spot where entrepreneurs can come and do some work. But also I do a lot of gardening and just work around the house or work on my property like we're doing now. Okay, so there's that. So next up on this is 3 feet on this side. There you guys get a little closer. Do this over here, just switch you guys around. So same principle here, just on the other side. We're looking for 3 feet, 1 inch here, and then we want about 16 inches down. This is gonna kind of give us the top. And this is just for eyeball purposes right now. We're gonna get as close as I can to locking this in here, you know, later. So this will be nice and balanced. Okay, so then we're back to 6 foot here. There's 6 foot from the wall there, and then it's got to come down a little bit. 1 foot 4 inches, give or take. And that's going to pop this guy. Yeah, I am a business coach. So how to draw up a budget to run a small business. Oh, yep. Hey, what can I say? I'm here to help, man. Man, I can't see your picture, but let's say, I'm here to help with whatever I can. So, oh, where do you get your mini mic? Here, this is it's backwards, but it's newer. It's the KM18 that I got from Amazon. I think it was like 95 bucks. I got it like on Prime Day or something. It's one of a couple of them that I have. I have this one, I have a few others, but yeah. And hopefully it sounds good. Hopefully you like it. I really do enjoy it. It's a mini mic. It's got 2, like the usual. It's got, so there can be 2 channels. You can have a couple people on talking, which is nice, which is going to be good for, I have this as my conference room. Next room over, I'm building a podcast, like a little podcast studio for folks to be able to have there. So yeah, take a look at my, yeah, no problem. Hey, man, there's a lot that's good here. A lot of good. We're hanging stuff today. That's what we're doing. But yeah, no, hey, I appreciate the subscription there. But yeah, if you want to go back through and look at some of my videos, for sure you have that piece. But I've got two of my latest videos that you'll see out there on for being a business coach and things to do. Is I talk about the 5 things that you must know in order to start a business. Right, there's the things that I want people thinking about, and then trying to think, what is that other video? Man, I'm sorry. I'm still working through my wake up stuff here. But that one of the 5 folks, that's one you definitely want to make sure you're looking at here. It will help you if you've never started a business before. It will get you rolling. I can say that definitively. There we go. So these guys are basically going to live roughly here. Okay, so I think that's going to look all right. I think that's going to be good. Good. All right, so we are going to start on the far side here. So it's going to get a little loud for a second while I am drilling me some holes here. So just FYI. And as always, we are going to, we also got to hang this one. I don't know if I'll do on stream or not, but I got this last year for Christmas and I want to put this out. It's a nice little picture that kid got for me of the marsh in Portland, Maine. I don't live there. I used to. But I just love this I love this. So we're going to find a spot for this. Be able to get this up in the office somewhere, just so I have a little reminder. That's really, really pretty. Okay. So here's what we be doing. All right. So I have, right, we got our anchors, we got our screws. We're going to go through that piece. We've already kind of figured out where we roughly want our holes to be, like where the edges are going to be at. So we're not drilling holes yet because we still got to figure out, this is the important piece, where the anchors are going to go in, right? And we don't want to have that be in the wrong spot, you know what I mean? Like it just makes a mess. So we're going to get the anchors set up as well. So when I'm looking at this piece here, again, what we're talking about this is I measured on the wall to get it started. Can I do it this way? Make it easier for you. So I measured from this edge to this edge, so I kind of know where the frame would be at. Next step is getting the measurements from the frame edge to the center here so that I can get those matched up along the wall. Like that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing next here. And then we're gonna make sure that those are level. So that is from the frame edge to the center of this, 8 inches. 8 inches. And it looks like it's gonna be 8 on both sides, I'm assuming. But we're not gonna, yeah, roughly 8 inches on each side. Cool. So let's do that. So I've got my outer mark here, right, that I did for the first piece. We want to go 8 inches from it here. So there's a couple ways I could do it. I could just put my hand up here, right, and just measure off here. If you haven't used a laser measurer before, like, I mean, just, it's pretty straightforward. Like, you can see how it changes. It's just measuring off of my hand. That's all I'm doing here, folks. That's why, this is like $15 on Amazon. If you don't have one, definitely recommend you get one. Don't get it off of Temu. You'd be sad. Okay, so there, actually, need my pen. All right, so we're gonna do that, do a little mark here. And again, folks, we're not gonna stress about perfection here. What I would ask is, when's the last time that you looked around your place and saw to make sure stuff was, anything that was out of place? Like you first installed it and you're like, oh, that looks, oh man, that's gonna bother me. 1 week later, are you even thinking about that thing? No, you're not. Okay, so there's that middle piece, and now we're just gonna go to, so this is kind of where it's different. I have to get to the 1 inch or 1 foot, 4 inches. So that's at 16 inches we talked there. And then I got to go a ½ inch beyond that is what it looks like. So 1 inch. And what that means, because I'm going to show you, well, it's for the mounting hardware. It looks like it's about a ½ inch below. Okay, so here's this one. So roughly we're going to put this one. Now, you may say, Ryan, you're marking up your, oh my goodness, Ryan, you're marking up your stuff here. I can't believe you're doing that. What I'm going to say is I'm not worried about that, and this is the reason why. I have the paint for the wall. I'm just going to repaint it. Like, once everything's up and it looks good, I have to do touch-up before I open. I'm just going to come back through and redo this anyways. Little touch-up spot, so that's why I'm not worrying about it. Okay, so we're back here. This is the outside edge here. And what we're going to do is, instead of so here's the deal. Instead of marking from 8 inches on the one side, bringing it over, what we're going to do is we're going to do a center to center measurement. We already took it, but for those that are just joining, we're going to do a center to center measurement on this, from this mounting piece of hardware to this mounting piece of hardware right here. Like, we're not going to worry about trying to match up side to side. And it should be 20 inches. That's what we looked at before. So we're going to do 20 inches and make sure that it is. So putting it right at the end here. 20 inches. So how many inches? 20 inches. How many feet? Or 20 inches. What's that? 1 foot, 8 inches in freedom units. 1 foot, 8 inches, which is right here. Right here. And then we want to go 1 foot, 4.5 inches, which gives us right here. Okay, cool. So now for the next check, right? So, right, so we've been going through all this. We're trying to make sure that this is the same distance from the height here, same height from here. We're going to break this into sections. So now we're going to do our last test, which is, okay, is it level? Like, does it look like it's going to be level? I have a feeling it's going to be pretty darn close to level. You guys are going to have to take my word for this, because I got this guy here. Check. There. pretty darn close to level. I like that. Okay, I can dig it. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna grab one more thing here because even though I could see that, I didn't really trust that measurement. You know what I mean? It looks good, but I'm gonna more. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our time here because we don't hurry on this channel. We also don't stress about stuff. I'll just make sure I can see. So I'm gonna grab my ladder. Just make sure I can see on there. All right? That's a big piece here, folks. We don't want you stressing, don't want you worrying about this stuff. But also take your time. You're not gonna get it 100% right. That's the other thing. I can promise you, no matter what you do, it's not gonna be perfect. But you do your best. And it's like what I like to say at the end of the day, we're going to be putting some character into this building. All right, so I can see a little bit better up top here. I got a line kind of there, got a kind of line to there, kind of there. Okay, we're just eyeballing here, folks, for right now. That is, oh, I mean, we are going to be, again, once we get everything installed, we'll see. But for right now, looks like we should be pretty darn close to level. We'll see if we land there or not, but we'll give it a go. So hopefully y'all are enjoying this, watching an old middle-aged man put up stuff around the office. But like I said, this is just part of what I do. I'm a business coach as a whole, and this is my co-working space that we're putting up. Yeah, we're up here in rural, excuse me, up here in rural Michigan. It is brisk out here, to say the least. I think, well, it's actually been kind of warm. We actually got all of our snow's gone away, which is nice. So we've got a 1/4 inch on this. I think this might be just a, well, I know it's the right size there. I think this might be too small. You know, I'd rather have it be too small and I have to bang her in than the other side around, right? We want a nice tight fit on these anchors. So let's put this in. And, all right, so as we talked about here yesterday, so when we're working with our drill, right, for those, just a reminder, right, we got the chuck, they've got them built right in now. See, got everything set. Now when you are getting your chuck, you hand tight it, you hand rotate it till it's tight, and then I'm gonna get it closer, you can hear it, go backwards, just tiny little bit. Hear that click? What that did is it locks this in and keeps it from rotating. When you're doing your drill setting, this has got two, we got number one, right? We got number one, which is slow, number two, which is fast. We drill, we go fast. At the top, just make sure that your clutch, that's what this little twisty thing's for, the clutch, make sure that's set to drill. So that just means it's going to be going. Now, the next piece on here, and this is an important spot. We've done all this work, right, to make sure that we're level, right? Well, we've got this part is going to be level going this way. Now, right, we could undo it completely if we drill in the drill like this or like this. It's going to mess everything up. So at the top here, make sure that you take your time, pay attention, and keep level to your best of your ability when you're going in, so it's straight. Will you mess this up? Of course. Am I going to be perfect here? No. But again, we want to be close, folks. That's what we're going with here. Now with that, I am an old man, so in order to see properly, I do have to put my glasses on. But, you know, old guy. Okay, so we're in the spot. We're centered on the area. Checking my, there. Looks like we're good. That looked like I hit. I'm not going to go any further there because I think I got into, yeah, I'm into some wood there. That's a good sign. I'll have something nice and solid to hang it with. We'll do the same thing here. Now, how many of you guys are watching this to see either of A, I fall off the ladder, or B, mess this up? It's okay. You hit a like if you're here to watch me mess up, or subscribe if you're here to watch me succeed. Either way, you're gonna be okay. 1, 2, 3. Got 2 of these guys. Yeah, I need to go up one more. The sheetrock is not going to give, and I don't want to crush them. Let's just do it. Just do it. I think there's enough give here that I'll be able to make it work. And it's okay. If you're watching because you want me to fail, then I get that. That's funny. I mean, it's the internet. If you're not here to kind of crack jokes at people, then the internet has failed. Like we want to be, obviously we want to be supportive when we can, right, folks? But you know, it's okay to crack jokes at people's expense every now and again, especially old grandpa like myself. There we go. Now, what you want to do is use your hammer to make sure you tap those in. I'm not bringing a hammer over here for something like that, though. We'll just give it a little love tap with the bottom of the drill. There we go. Those are in. Let's see how we did here, folks. It's the moment of truth. So now we got our screws that are going to go in. Oh. There, got a little screws. Now with this, right, we just had a drill in here. Now I want you to be careful when you're going back and forth. We're going to drop this back to 1. And I always drop my clutch down really low when I'm doing screws. I don't want to strip anything out. You know, that's important. All right, so again, let me walk you through that. So remember, we hand tighten this thing, right? We're gonna hand tighten it, and then we go backwards till we hear that little click. So this means the apex bit holder here won't be falling out. And also don't be afraid to use the magnet at the bottom of on your drill too. Typically they have a little magnet on there to hold your screws, so be sure to use that. Again, just take your time. And then this is going to be like a hand adjustment afterwards to get this right, which we'll work on here. To make sure these guys are the same kind of distance out here. Well, for now, let's go ahead and get one up and see what it looks like. And then we'll do our final adjustments once both are up. Got this guy here, that guy there. Ooh, get in there, you. Okay, there, I'm pulling on the back. It's still got some gap left in there, which is fine. Okay, now for the moment of truth here. All right, not touching anything. I expect some cheers and thumbs ups and yay comments in the chat on this, okay? All right, so now we're gonna be checking our distance to see how that worked out for us, so. All right, so on this side, we are 3'1". This is sitting at 1.4. Cool. So it's at 4. 1.4. Awesome. Okay. I like that a lot. That's good. Yay. Hey, thank you. Love it. Thank you. I will take that. Now, what I want to see. So our next spot here is going to be kind of switching over for you guys. Let's do this. Probably gonna be the best way here. Do this one here. And you can see already, like, this is kind of what it's gonna look like. Where's my little secondary marks here? I haven't done my secondary marks on this one yet. It's gonna have us roughly here. So you can see how we're having nicely lined up. It should look pretty sharp. So now I'm testing this theory out is, how far are we from here to here? we should see about 3 feet, give or take. And it's about 3 feet, give or take. This one's got to scoot over just a little bit, but I'll do that later. I want to get these up. Well, no, don't mess with stuff, Ryan. Once you have it in a good spot, let's just keep it there. So the same principle that we did before here, we're going to always double check our measurements because we don't trust, I don't trust other people when they do their stuff. We're just going to double check our measurements here. So this is 8 inches to the center, even though this is probably done by a computer, by machine, and it's 20 inches from center to center. So that's still legit. So we love that for us. So we're going to go 8 inches from this side here, give or take, right there. Again, I cannot overstate how awesome these little laser measuring doohickeys are. They're awesome. That's right there. I'm going to go 1 inch or 1 foot, 4 inches or 4.5 inches. Because we made the decision, like that's what we're doing. Okay. There's that guy. Cool. We're gonna do the same thing here. This. Because this should be. Actually, we're gonna do 20 inches from here. Right, or doing 20 inches from here. That was the decision we done the last one. Do the same thing here. Again, this is a reminder. We do one measurement from one side, and then we measure to the hangers. Don't do from both sides. There tends to be an issue with that, right? You just work from one side of the hanging to the other. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. All right, so again, 20 inches is one, in freedom units is 1 foot, 8 inches. Gets us to right there, here. And then we're just gonna go 1 foot, 4.5 inches down. Perfect. Take. All right, so then, just like before, we're gonna check this thing for level. See, we're cruising now, folks. Like you can see, once you get it rolling, then you're on it. But we're gonna take our time because we want this to look good. After we get these up, I'll take you guys on a little tour of the co-working space. I think that'll be fun. Kind of helps everybody just kind of see what I'm doing here. And you know, when I talk to my entrepreneurs that I work with, I'm like, listen, not everything has to be a $1 billion startup. Doesn't need to be even a $1 million like small business idea. A lot of stuff is just get going and see what happens with it. You know, none of us really know what. We all have a good idea what the market's going to be, but none of us really know. So let's try not to, don't overthink stuff. But yeah. That's cool though. I love it when I hear people who are aspiring business folks and getting all the budgets and figuring all that stuff. I will say, hey, the one thing still on there. I don't know how to. Was it Cassandra? I can't remember. Cassandra, whatever your name was. I'm sorry. I apologize. I only saw it in passing. There's something called avatars. Your ideal client. What I would tell you is before you do too much else. If you haven't already done your avatars, get your avatars rolling. All right, cool. We're level, folks. All right, we're getting dangerous here. Get your avatars together, and you can go to Google, search in ideal client avatars. It'll give you basically the way to set it up, and it's a system that you are able to build demographics, psychographics, ideas of your ideal clients, and also with the express purpose of identifying their pain points, to make sure you know that. Like that's what we want. That's what we want for you. And every business owner, every business I work with, we do it. You have to know who your ideal client is. Okay, so just like we had before, we're gonna be dropping in the drill bit. Get it rolling, hand tight. Then one little click back. Now it's locked in. Gonna put it at 2, make sure we're level, and do our thing. Okay. Is this one? Okay. Well, I want to check one thing first before I drill anything here. Something seems amiss. I just want to check that. So I drop this here. It's gonna get me here. What seems off on this? Something doesn't seem quite right. All right. Yeah, you ever just have that like feeling that pops up like, man, something just ain't quite right on this. You've been hearing me say it. So I just want to double check something here. Yeah, that's about right. That's where it should be. Okay. All right. All right. Just second guessing myself there for a second, but yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, just do the work on that. And the idea here is not to build, you don't want to build the best product and service. What you want to build is a product and service specifically designed to solve eliminate the pain points of the folks that you identify on those avatars. So those ideal clients. Too many people work on perfecting a product, and that's not what you want to do. People just want their problem solved. So spend your time focusing on that. As a reminder, folks, what we're doing is I'm making sure this is level going in. Right, because we got it level going this way, right? We're gonna have it level this way. We want to make sure that it's level this way. This is, what is this? Tilt, yaw, skew. Yeah, so we want to make sure it's right that way. There's that. Just move over to this guy. Okay. So there's that. We love that for us. Now we need to drop our anchors in the wall. Get those in there. Clear that off. Pop this here. And again, this has been needing to get done for the last couple days. I just haven't had the time to do this, so I figure, you know what, I got a little time this morning. Do this. So again, we're switching back over, right? Switching back over. We're dropping to 1. Gonna hold the chuck in, hand tight, click back, and make sure you drop your chuck down so we don't strip any screws here. We're gonna see how this looks. My hope is that I got us close. You know. Vast majority of people, they're going to notice something and then they don't notice it again. You know, we're all the same people. We're like, oh, that looks terrible. I can't believe it. Then life goes on. Okay, get a little bit more on this one. There you go. Life happens and then you never think about it again. Like I have folks, they look at, oh man, something's not right on something over there. Yep, it sure isn't. And then they forget about it. Okay, so that's up. You can give it a little tug on the top here so it's locked in. Fingers crossed. It's not in the teeth. Oh no. How do we get that off? We're off by, man, we're off by a good little chunk there. Enough for that's going to be a problem. We're off by like a 1/4 inch on this one. Well, let's see how it looks. So, see here. So again, starting here, following those all along, we get here to about there. Doesn't look too terrible, but you can tell. That's where you can tell it's on the bottom. See how this side is a little higher over here. I think that's what it is. Okay. All right, no worries. Smoke alarm. I don't hear any chirping. You guys are hearing chirping? That's not me. That's not on my end. So, yeah, it might be on your end. You might want to have a take a look at that. You know what I mean? So, all right. So what we're going to do now is just going to take a look and see how we can adjust this from the bottom. This guy is sitting at 405, 3/4, 405. So 405 and 6/8, 405 and 5/8. So there's 405 and 6/8 and 405 and 6/8. What the heck? Oh no. You know what I didn't check, guys? If this was square. That's what I didn't check. Oh, look at that. Okay. So now I moved her a little bit. I had to readjust a few things. There we go. So we're in that magic spot right now. We got that level. Let's take a look at it again though. That was interesting. So yeah, it still looks like this one is a bit higher on this side. Still a bit higher. I think it's just higher by a little bit. So I have options here. I can raise this one up, lower this one down. It's probably easier to raise this one up a little bit. I think that's the answer. That's what we're gonna do kind of like on the finishing stuff here. On the finishing piece here. It's going to be, I've got to get to spot here. Yeah, so this guy's just going to be raised up. So that's going to be our dilemma for the next bit. But with that, I've got to get going. I've got clients that are getting ready to come in. So anyways, that's what we're going to do here. So what I'm going to do here over the next bit is just going to raise this one up a little bit. Like that's what's going to happen. So hopefully I earned your subscription today. Take care, and I will see you next time.